Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a TBR video. So this is way too big of a TBR just for the month of September. So I figured I would just kind of show you guys what's on my TBR, what library books I've checked out recently, what is sitting on my nightside table because that is typically what I reach for when I'm going to read something next, and what I've pulled out for the fall season. So I have a ton of books, like a lot, and these are just books that I kind of want to read throughout the next couple months of September, October, and November. I'll probably do another one for like the winter season, but this is pretty much what I'm going to be reading for the next couple of months. I've got classics, library books, books for videos that you'll see coming up soon, new releases, all that type of fun stuff. So yeah, I'm filming this on my bed because this is where all my books are stacked. I'm gonna try and organize them as I go, so if you see me just pulling randomly, that's why. I'm not skipping over anything. So the first is Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. I try and read this every summer, but I didn't get around to it. So I want to read it for the fall time. I usually watch Pride and Prejudice in the fall anyways, but this is like my favorite book to bring to the pool usually. And we've got a good month left of like warm weather here before you can't go to the pool anymore. So I'm really excited. Pride and Prejudice. The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I'm pretty sure this is considered a classic. If it's not, it's definitely like a classic horror book. I've never read The Haunting of Hill House. I also haven't seen the show, but I figured this would be a really fun read for spooky season, and I want to do a video of reading the books and then watching the like TV or movie adaptations and giving commentary and comparing them. So I have to read The Haunting of Hill House before I watch the show, obviously. Also, John Steinbeck, The East of Eden. This, I don't think is his most popular work. I know it's his like life's work, but you probably have heard of John Steinbeck from Grapes of Wrath. He's not some little author, but I really want to read The East of Eden. This book has been getting a lot of buzz recently, and I know that it has some kind of like, not allusions, but like it parallels Cain and Abel, which if you've read the Bible, it's a very, very popular Bible story. It's, I'm assuming, about two siblings who hate each other because, well, one sibling hating the other, because that's the story of Cain and Abel. So yeah, I'm really excited. I want to read more classics. It's just what I want to get to. Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I already started this. I'm like 20 pages in. I started it last night. I never read this in school. We just never read The Catcher in the Rye. So far, it, if you don't know, is about this boy named Holden Caulfield, and he is like this 16-year-old kid who goes to boarding school, and he gets kicked out of boarding school, and he has like 4 days until his parents are gonna find out, and it's about like what he does until his parents find out. At least that's where I am right now. So I'm really excited. It's short. I'm hoping I'll finish it soon. And then I've also got The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I have never read The Great Gatsby either. Actually, that's a lie. We did read it as a class my freshman year. I don't remember anything though, and I really didn't pay attention. My sophomore year, however, my dad took me and my brother to, I'm pretty sure it's in Tennessee or Kentucky, but it is the hotel that allegedly F. Scott Fitzgerald got kicked out of the bar, and that is where he had the start of the idea for The Great Gatsby, or he just stole it from his wife's notebooks. First, The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. This is so dusty, it's not even funny. But this is a vampire story, so I want to read it. I have no idea what else this is about. It's YA fantasy, vampires. I love a good vampire story. I'm down for it. Also, The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is so thick. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. It's set in the 20s. There's like this magical group of investigators, hunters, whatever. And there is a killer, a serial killer. It sounds like a groovy time. Why does it need to be this big? I don't know. I'm really excited though. I want to read this for Halloween. I want to get to it. Also, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I saw on Instagram, it was either an Instagram reel or a TikTok, and somebody was recommending books based on your zodiac sign, and they said that The Night Circus was great for Aquariuses, and I am that. I loved Caraval, which I'm pretty sure has like a kind of similar vibe to it. There is like this traveling carnival that only appears like once every couple of years or something like that. So I'm really excited. I haven't read anything by Erin Morgenstern. I know that this and The Starless Sea are like her two most popular works. And I just feel like it'll be like whimsical, and I just relate fall with whimsy. I wanted to kind of keep you updated in what I'm continuing to read too. So if you saw my most recent wrap up, I'm gonna read Unravel Me by Todd Maffei. This is the second novel, but the third book in the Shatter Me series, and so I'm really excited to continue on with the story and read this. The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the 75th anniversary edition. I really like this cover. I don't see many like this. I've never seen The Hobbit. I think I've seen half of the first Lord of the Rings movie. But I want to meet Bilbo Baggins, who is a Hobbit. Also, I want to read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is kind of like a video game sci-fi, maybe? This is about, what's his name? Wade Watts. And there's like this VR world called the Oasis. And he's kind of thriving in the Oasis. So something ends up happening and there's like a mission or something. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Tron. At least the synopsis. It's probably not going to be like Tron. But if you guys have ever seen that movie, I think it's actually called Tron Legacy. But I loved it growing up. I'm going to try and read The Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. I'm terrified. I don't like scary books, but this is for a video where I'm gonna read 3 books that are recommended by 3 different people. So I'm waiting for the other books to come in before I can start reading them. I'm kind of terrified. I've never seen The Silence of the Lambs, because I know it is a movie, right? Hannibal Lecter. I don't know. If I have nightmares though, you guys will be hearing from me. So there's that. Throne of Glass. This is going to be for a reread video I'm doing. I'm so excited. I really can't contain my excitement. This is comfort in a book for me. I know people who are reading it now might not like it, but I'm pretty sure I started the first book like nearly 3 years ago, which is crazy. And I have a soft spot for it. I love it. It's my comfort book. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I have Sharp Objects, but this just seems more my speed right now. This, if you haven't seen the movie or read the book, the movie has Ben Affleck in it, I'm pretty sure. So I know a lot of people have probably seen it, but this is about a husband and a wife, and the wife goes missing, and then it looks like something happened to the wife and all the signs are pointing to the husband Ben Affleck. So I'm really excited. I'll let you know what I think about this. I haven't read that many like thriller novels, so I kind of want to get more into it. Also, Karen Slaughter's Pretty Girls says, sisters, strangers, survivors. It's been more than 20 years since Claire and Lydia last spoke. Claire is the glamorous trophy wife of an Atlanta millionaire. Lydia, a single mother dating an ex-con, struggles to make ends meet. But neither has recovered from the disappearance of their sister Julia 2 decades earlier, and the shocking murder of Claire's husband brings the horror and heartbreak of the past roaring back into their lives. I'm excited. Again, I want to read more mystery thrillers, that type of deal. And then a mystery thriller with a little bit of sci-fi thrown into it, The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. This was just read for Chanel's book club. The Crusty Book Club? Is that what it's called? I am so incredibly sorry. I did not participate, but I had this book on my shelf and then I saw them reading it for the book club and then I was like, wow, I should read that. So now I want to. It's really, really short. I think it's only 200 pages. Okay, for my library books, I'm gonna go through them really quickly because I have a lot of them. Okay, the first is The Rocks by Peter Nichols. This is a story of 2 people who were either in love or married and then had a fight. So they spend the next 60 years living on the same small island but avoiding each other. It sounds incredible. This is a really old copy, but it's beautiful, of Played As It Lays by Joan Didion. I've been seeing this a lot at the bookstore and I didn't know what it was about. I know that Joan Didion kind of writes a lot of sad things, I believe. Her works invoke a lot of emotion. I was actually looking for the other one that is about the loss of her husband, I believe. But the copy that my library had was checked out already, so I'm gonna have to wait for that one. But I saw Play It As It Lays and I heard a lot of great things about it, even though I don't know what it's about. And I'm gonna read it. I'm pretty sure this is about abortion. I'm not positive, I'm sorry, but it is really pretty, is it not? Augustin Burroughs, Lust and Wonder. This is a memoir on his relationships. I'm pretty sure it talks about like his first boyfriend, his relationship with addiction, his relationship with addiction. I don't know what he's addicted to, I'm sorry. But I'm excited. The Bride Test by Helen Huang. This is the second book that comes after The Kissed Quotient. I haven't read it yet, and I have The Heart Principle, so I'm gonna read this super quickly. Less by Andrew Sean Greer. This is the story of a man who gets invited to his ex-boyfriend's wedding, and he doesn't want to be a dick and be like, no, I'm not going. But he also doesn't want to go and then be pitied because he's the ex. So instead, he accepts 5 literary convention invitations, like Madrid, Paris, Monaco, India, a couple different countries. So then he's like, oh, I can't make it because I'm traveling and I'm doing great. How are you? And it sounds good. So, Layla by Colleen Hoover. This is like, there's a couple, something happens to one part of the couple, and then the other partner goes off and starts in a new relationship. And then they're like, we're still married or in a relationship, like what do we do? I don't know if that made any sense. If you know the synopsis of Taylor Jenkins Reid, One True Loves, this is like kind of giving me the same energy. We'll see.
Hello, it's much later. I am editing this video. I wanted to say I finished Layla. It was not what I was thinking. The best way I can describe it without giving any spoilers is this book is a paranormal romance. So if you read Verity by Colleen Hoover and you enjoyed it, I feel like you might enjoy Layla too. It's kind of that same everything is not what it seems vibe, but instead of like a thriller romance, this one is more paranormal. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I just have a very good understanding now that with Colleen Hoover books, once is enough, and I don't really have the desire to revisit any of them, so I think I'm going to continue to check them out through my library.
And then the final library book is Memorial by Brian Washington. This is the story of a couple. One partner is leaving to go aid his estranged father who has been diagnosed with cancer, and the other partner is staying where they live in Texas and living with his mother-in-law. So I don't know anything else. I'm pretty sure that's the synopsis. Don't quote me though. Lizzie and Dante by Mary Bly. This is like the same exact kind of cover, in my opinion, as The Rocks. This is the story of Lizzie and Dante. Who would have guessed? Lizzie is a Shakespearean professor who has been recruited to aid in either a book writing or some convention, so she ends up in Italy. And Dante is a celebrity chef who's also in Italy, I believe. But he doesn't like being a celebrity. He just wants to be a chef. He just wants to cook his food. That's what he loves, and I'm pretty sure they have romance. The Roommate by Rosie Danon. I have no idea what this is about. Not a single clue. I'm pretty sure it's about roommates. Don't take my word for it though. I'm gonna read it. I love romance. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It's happening. In this season, I will force myself to read it. It's getting read, and that's all I've got to say. Actor A.G. Brown. This is the final book in the Brown Sisters series by Talia Hibbert. It's getting read. I'm gonna finish it. I think I'm like 50 pages in. Yeah, so I love these books, and I highly recommend them. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. All I know is that Daisy Edgar Jones is starring in the movie for it. And I'm so excited. It says, at once a murder mystery, a coming-of-age narrative, and a celebration of nature. I'm pretty sure this takes place in either North Carolina or South Carolina. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is a coming-of-age book. I've heard this paralleled in praise to The Catcher in the Rye. I don't know if that's true. It's just what the critics have said. So I'm glad I'm going to be reading these kind of in the same time frame. And then the last two, I don't think these have anything to do with each other, but they're just the last two. So Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. This is the story of Frances gets in a relationship with a married man, and it's kind of like this weird dynamic between four people. I loved Normal People. I adored it. I devoured it. I'm probably gonna reread it. I think I'm gonna love Conversations with Friends. Also on the TBR, I don't own it yet because it's coming out in September, but Beautiful World, Where Are You? I will 100% read. I'm so excited. You All Grow Up and Leave Me by Piper Weiss. Says Piper Weiss was 14 years old when her middle-aged tennis coach Gary Walensky, one of New York City's most prestigious private instructors, attempted to kidnap one of his teenage students. In the aftermath, authorities discovered that this well-known figure among the Upper East Side's tennis crowd was actually a frightening child predator who had built a secret torture chamber, a cabin of horrors, in his secluded rental in the Adirondacks. It's probably gonna get read. Those were all the books that have been literally on my nightside table. That's insane. They will get read though. How many books did I even just show you? 31 books. I showed you guys 31 books. Does that sound correct? I don't know, but 31 books in 3 months is not impossible. It's like 10 books a month, which is pretty average for me. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this style better, where I just kind of dump 30 books on you that I want to read in the next couple months, as opposed to me picking like 10 books I want to read in a month and then me possibly not reading them. I hope this kind of just gives a more general idea as to what I'm going to be reading in the next couple of months. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns, opinions, criticisms, praise, leave them down below. I love to chat with you guys in the comments. The floor is yours. And I think that's it for me today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're all having such a great day. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.